you take a look at, you see things like this, and you see there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, I believe, in this. And I think the Trump campaign, all his lawyers, they're going to do this. They're looking into Michigan. We already know he's doing that. He's looking into Wisconsin. When those two places in particular, Michigan and Wisconsin, if you look at the two graphs as the votes are coming in, it's going like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trump's a little bit ahead, Biden. Then all of a sudden it stops. And if you laid both graphs right on top of each other about the same time, it shoots up. Mm-hmm. I mean, just shoots up for Biden. 0 votes for Trump, shoots up for Biden. I was looking at experts that have been involved in recounts in other states, and they said not only is this look kind of statistically improbable, it's statistically impossible. Right. Even if you account for human error. You know what I mean? There still would be 1 or 2 votes for Trump.
Yeah, sometimes it's data entry, right? And then we saw that at one point. I can't remember which state it was that Joe Jorgensen had like 80% of the voters in one of these states. Unfortunately for Joe, that did not happen.
Libertarians were like, you're saying there's a chance.
Oh my God, it's happening. So you see this stuff. It does happen occasionally. And like, it's always important to look at these things. When you notice something like that, right, you want to look at it and like find out what the possible cause is, see if there's an excuse for it. We're going through that process now. And I think the Trump administration is intelligent in the campaign for looking at these things, challenging them when they find them. I'm tired of, I've watched a little CNN today, and they're acting like, last night Donald Trump came out and made this speech where he said he won. And then listen to Joe Biden. Joe Biden's speech is like he's saying like we need to have all the votes counted. Well, it's because Joe Biden's winning, right? Like Joe Biden thinks that if all the votes are counted, he's going to win. So he's sitting there saying like, oh, I can be all above this. Where Trump is looking at this and being like, I need to challenge this stuff or I might not be able to win. So he's pushing the other way. We all were here watching in 2000 when the exact opposite thing played out. When George W. Bush won the election and Al Gore had to come in here and make up all these BS excuses as to why they should be recounted and some votes shouldn't be recounted. Like, it's the exact same thing. Yep. And now they're acting as if Trump's exclusively alone in the idea that he's going to challenge every little aspect of this election. That's just nonsense.
Yeah, and that's a little wordplay from the left right there in the Biden campaign. Of course, everyone wants every vote counted. Yeah. But let's put the caveat, the little asterisk, every legal vote counted. Yeah. There's a big difference there.
Big difference.
Anyway, going through, you mentioned some of those, the Trump campaign declaring victory. Biden, through his lawyer, basically declared victory. But the Transition Integrity Project called that as well. They said Trump would declare victory on election night. Biden would also declare victory. So we're just going straight down the line. This is where it starts getting kind of crazy. So they said that officials from both parties would look to overturn results in key states, including seeking to use friendly state legislators and governors to send alternate or additional sets of electors. Now they're looking further down the line. Yeah. They even go as far as to talk about some stupid false flag operation where a Trump supporter destroys votes. And they're specifically talking about Michigan. And they say they destroy votes in one of these mail-in counting places. And that is the excuse that the governor of Michigan will use to send his own set of electors for Biden. Now, you look at some of the videos now, there's going on right now. They are very nervous at the Detroit absentee ballot counting location to the point to where they're putting up barriers so people can't look inside.
Yeah, which is why, they have windows and walls. Why do they need to put up barriers over the windows, right? Like it's the exact opposite of what you would want when you're talking about transparency. Again, a lot of this we forget because we're spoiled here in America that these electoral norms are built on the idea that people have trust in them. Yeah. When people lose trust in them, they can go away. They've gone away all over the world. You've been in the middle of these freaking firefights all over the world for control of countries. Yep. I'm not going to say how many coups you've launched all over the world, but it's a
handful.
I would say at least a dozen. My point is, this is stuff that this can get scary here. And in this project, which is basically they're wargaming all of these scenarios, right? Is there a legal thing they're going to try to do here? What happens next?
So I'll mention really quick that every single one of these scenarios, the Biden campaign calls in thousands and thousands of protesters to hit the streets. That is the very next thing after the elector fiasco. Mm-hmm. So now we're looking into the future. Now we're looking into today plus 14 whatever days. It ends like this. They say, and I'll just quote this really quick, there was no clear resolution of the conflict in the January 6th joint session of Congress. They're taking this all the way to January 6th to Congress. The partisans on both sides were still claiming victory, leading to the problem of 2 claims to commander-in-chief power at noon on January 20th. So they are expecting this to go all the way through January 20th with both sides saying we're the president.
Holy crap.
That's what they're expecting.
Please no.
I mean, it's been line by line. Everything happened as it said it was. A few things that haven't happened yet, and that's their ultimate outcome.
You guys have been all over this from the beginning. Do you remember the show? What should people go back and watch to kind of watch this entire, to learn all about this? Do you remember the name of it or what week it was?
Okay, so I don't remember. It was September 30th. Weird, I don't remember the date, but not the title.
Yes, that's very
September
strange.
30th. So go on demand and watch September 30th. Everything is laid out there. It's scary, but you need to know this so you're prepared. We've been trying to push this to the GOP and say, just look at this.
Yeah.
Because they say the specific things that Trump will say and how they're going to react it. If anything, they could have just changed up their wording, like last night. Instead of saying we won, that's one of their trigger words. He could have just said, look, we're going to be looking into legal action. We'll analyze everything that looks strange. That's all he had to say. And that would have dimmed the fires a little bit. But no, it happened exactly how they said it was going to happen.
Okay, September 30th, the Glenn Beck program on Glenn TV, of course. Make sure you check that out. Jason is the head writer and researcher of the Glenn Beck program. And get you on Twitter where?
At Jason Butchell.
Jason Butchell. Make sure you do that. Hi, Stu Bergier of Stu Does America here. Thanks so much for watching our video. Did you know you can watch our entire catalog for free right here on our channel? Subscribe now and be sure to hit the thumbs up button on all the episodes you watch because that's how they know you like this stupid show. And that little bell in the corner as well. Make sure you click that. You'll get notifications every time we post new content. Stu Does America every weekday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here.